सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तावत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षिये सूतादिमहामुनिये शौनकादृशिभ्यो नमः। अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो नमः। दत्तात्रेय दक्षिणामूर्ति हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री आदि शंकराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री सीता लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न हनुमत समेत श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। ओमापदां वार्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिः हित्वान्यथा रूपम् स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। उद्धव उवाच। By Lord's grace, in this 11th Skandha Bhagavat Mahapurana, we have seen 21 chapters yesterday. Today, the 22nd chapter, chanting we will do. See the meaning. Om Atha Dvavimshodhyayah Uddhava Uvacha. Om Katitatvani Vishvesha Sankhyataan Rishibhi Prabho Navaikadasha Panchatrini Athatvamiha Shushruma Kechit षड्विंशतिं प्राहुः अपरे पंचविंशतिं सप्तैके नवषट् केचित् चत्वार्येकादशापरे केचित् सप्तदश प्राहुः षोडशैके त्रयोदश एतावत्त्वं हि संख्यानां ऋषयो यद्विवक्षया गायन्ति पृथगायुष्मन् इदन्नो वक्तुमर्हसि। श्रीभगवानुवाच युक्तं च सन्ति सर्वत्र भाषन्ते ब्राह्मणा यथा मायां मदीयाम् उद्गृह्य वदतां किं नु दुर्घटम् नैतदेवं यथार्थत्वं यदहं वच्मि तत्तथा एवं विवदतां हेतुं शक्तयो मे दुरत्ययाः यासां व्यतिकरात् आसीत् विकल्पो वदतां वदं प्राप्ते शमदमेप्येति वादस्तमनुशाम्यते परस्परानुप्रवेशात् तत्त्वानां पुरुषर्षभा पौर्वापर्यप्रसङ्ख्यानं यथा वक्तुर्विवक्षितम् एकस्मिन्नपि दृश्यन्ते प्रविष्टानीतराणि च पूर्वस्मिन् वा परस्मिन् वा तत्त्वे तत्त्वानि सर्वशः पौर्वापर्यमतोमीशां प्रसङ्ख्यानमभीप्सतां यथा विविक्तं यद्वक्त्रं गृह्णीमो युक्तिसम्भवात् अनाद्यविद्यायुक्तस्य पुरुषस्यात्मवेदनं स्वतो न सम्भवेत् अस्यः अन्यः तत्त्वज्ञो ज्ञानदो भवेत् पुरुषेश्वरयोरत्र न वैलक्षण्यमन्ववे तदन्यकल्पना पार्थ ज्ञानं च प्रकृतेर्गुणः प्रकृतिर्गुणसाम्यं वै प्रकृतेर्नात्मनो गुणाः सत्वं रजस्तम इति स्थित्युत्पत्त्यन्तहेतवः सत्वं ज्ञानं रजः कर्म तमो अज्ञानमिहोच्यते गुणव्यतिकरः कालः स्वभावः सूत्रमेव च पुरुषः प्रकृतिर्व्यक्तम् अहङ्कारो नभो निलः ज्योतिरापः क्षितिरिति तत्त्वानि उक्तानि मे नव श्रोत्रं त्वक्दर्शनं घ्राणः जिह्वेति ज्ञानशक्तयः वाक्पाणि उपस्थपायुवङ्घ्री हि कर्माण्यङ्गोभयं मनः शब्दस्पर्शो रसो गन्धः रूपं चेत्यर्थजातयः गति उक्ति उत्सर्ग शिल्पानि कर्मायतनसिद्धयः सर्गादौ प्रकृतिर्हि अस्य कार्यकारणरूपिणी सत्त्वादिभिर्गुणैर्धत्ते पुरुषो व्यक्त ईक्षते व्यक्तादयो विकुर्वाण धातवः पुरुषे क्षया लब्धवीर्याः सुजत्यण्डं संहताः प्रकृतेर्बलात् सप्तैव धातवः इति तत्रार्थाः पञ्चखादयः ज्ञानमात्मोभयाधारः ततो देहेन्द्रियासवः षडित्यत्रापि भूतानि पञ्चषष्ठः परः पुमान् तैर्युक्त आत्मसम्भूतैः सृष्ट्वेदं समुपाविशद चत्वार्येवेति तत्रापि तेज आपोन्नमात्मनः जातानि तैरिदं जातं जन्मावयविनः खलो संख्याने सप्तदशके भूतमात्रेन्द्रियाणि च पञ्चपञ्चैकमनसा आत्मा सप्तदशः स्मृतः तद्वत् षोडशसंख्याने आत्मैव मन उच्यते भूतेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चैव मन आत्मा त्रयोदशः एकादशत्व आत्मासौ महाभूतेन्द्रियाणि च अष्टौ प्रकृतयश्चैव पुरुषश्च नवेत्यथ इति नानाप्रसङ्ख्यानं तत्त्वानां ऋषिभिः कृतं सर्वं न्याय्यं युक्तिमत्वात् विदुषां किम् अशोभनम् उद्धव उवाच प्रकृतिः पुरुषश्चोभौ यद्यप्यात्मविलक्षणौ अन्योन्यापाश्रयात् कृष्ण दृश्यते न भिदात्तयोः प्रकृतौ लक्ष्यते ह्यात्मा प्रकृतिश्च तथात्मनि एवं मे पुण्डरीकाक्ष महान्तं संशयं हृदि छेत्तुमर्हसि सर्वज्ञ वचोभिर्नयनैपुणैः त्वत्तो ज्ञानं हि जीवानां प्रमोशस्तेऽत्र शक्तितः त्वमेव हि आत्ममायायाः गतिं वेत्थ न चापरः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूता शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यासा शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतः बन्धु सद्भाग्याहमामामञ्जदगरेजित ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिः हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः ॐ अथ द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः ॐ saluting the Lord, saluting the Guru Parampara. We will be today is Sri Rama Navami. So Rama Navami born to take care of the earth with his power by eliminating the Dushta Rakshasas, Ravana Ityadi, and then establishing Dharma. So all these things not are ordinary mere stories. They are all historical happenings, itihasa. And all these celebration of Ramanamis, Janmastamis should all create in us the deep thought about the presence of the Lord, arrival of the Lord whenever needed, and also arrival of the Lord whenever we personally need and invite Him. And also that Lord, as much is kind and compassionate, so much to run the show of this world, He has His own rules, regulations, in which if any of us forget Him, forget His injunctions and instructions, live life according to our own whims and choices, He also puts us on right track by giving the due punishments. So keeping these two in mind, instead of getting punished by the Lord by doing wrong, we only get rewarded by the Lord by doing right. This is the only way in this infinite world, which is backed by the infinite Maya, with infinite varieties of attractions, which is infinite ways of trying to pull us down. In this world, we can protect ourselves. There's no other way. So every festival that way reminds us about presence of Lord and our must and should duty to tune to the Lord. First, by not doing anything contrary to what he likes. Second, doing what he says to us. Third, and most important is ultimately, once this play is over, our destination, our pavilion is going back to the Lord Himself. These are the things to be reminded. And then, while the Lord's appearance there, how beautifully He protected Dharma and all. And whoever are following Dharma, how the Lord has taken care of them. So the Punyatma, the Dharmika, the Jnanis, the Bhaktas are always in good books of Lord, taken care of by the Lord. So these festivals, these stories should enhance, encourage, inspire our otherwise animalistic, demonic mind to think positively, to think rightly, to think in a higher and greater, grander manner. So when I read these Shastras, my intellect gets the data to think bigger, to think higher, to think diviner. As according to that thinking, conviction, decision of intellect, we live a better, noble life. Imagine all such festivals, reminders of divinity, or the reminder of the higher, greater path of spirituality, of bhakti, or jnana, values, or duties. Imagine if they're all not there. How would be the minds of all of us? Just animalistic, just rakshasic. Is it not? There will be no key control. Actually, the world will not sustain only. Each of us, with all our intellects and otherwise powers, and backed by absence of this spirituality, therefore rakshasic, we would have killed each other long back only. Is it not? In any place, if two people are decently behaving, because their intellects have got some knowledge that this is how it has to be lived, it should be lived or it should be behaved. How did they get that intellect? Only by following some of these stories of the Puranas, Itihasas, or those who are following them and living in front of our own eyes, seeing them, we are maintaining dignity. Therefore, we are loving each other, we are helping each other, we are tolerating each other. Is it not? Imagine nahi hai sab mano. So why the brothers go together? Because somewhere through parampara they came to know that the brothers should live like Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. How the wife husband are still together, not killing, biting each other. Because somewhere they in parampara came to know wife and husband should live like Rama and Sita. You understand? These are all the happened Adarsha Kahanis. When we follow them, we protect ourselves, we protect the world remains protected. We must celebrate. Okay. So Ramanami wishes prayers for all of you, and may Rama happen in all our hearts. May all we have this Sita Ram Lakshmana, Bharata Shatrughna, Rama Darbhar, true darshanam in our life. Also, may we know the Parabrahma Rama in our Hridaya as Atma Rama. May we really walk towards it and get that result also in this very life. And on this Ramanavami day, we all pray also that Sri Rama Mandira comes up very soon without being any postponement. And we all go there, stay there 9 or 27 days and study all our Ramayana Shastras. Yeah. Now coming to our Bhagavat Mahapurana, 21st Skandha, chapter is over in the 11th Skandha. But for your today's introduction and also to conclude the topic which we are seeing from last 14 days of this chapter 21, the last two shlokas are little important, little crucial. They summarize the questions that rise in all intellectual giants people. They also summarize the answers. These two shlokas. That's how Bhagavan very silently toward the end he puts these two shlokas. So all the Vedas which have come from the Hridaya, like the Urna from the Hridaya of the Urnanabhi. See, all the Vedas which have words and through the words which have the knowledge to convey, when they have come from the Hridaya of Paramatma, through prana and the mana and indriya and expressed as omkara, then divided into auma, then divided into all the swara vyanjana, and through the grammar which has become so many words, so many sentences, and keeping on conveying the emotion, the experience, the knowledges, all of that put together is Veda, which has got the 21 15 lettered Gayatri Chanda, then adding to it 4444. Like that, 11 Chandases were told, in which the mantras are there in the Vedas. Those mantras convey that meaning. Okay, then in and through that, as an essence, what is conveyed finally, other than me, nobody knows. Point one, said by Lord. Therefore, I know it, nobody else knows. Therefore, if anybody has to know, they have to know it by me only, from me only. Yeah. Therefore, what I am telling you, you must carry as the essence of all Vedas. And what do I say? This is the last sloka. So the last verse on sloka raises the question, last sloka gives the answer. What is the question you see? Kim vidatte, kimachaste, kimanodya vikalpayeta, iti asyaha hrudayam loke, nanyo madveda kaschana. अस्याः वेदः श्रुतेः वेदमातुः श्रुतेः हृदयम्. What is there in the Vedas? In the heart of the Vedas, mad anya na veda kaschana. Nobody else know. And what are the three questions? Kim vidatte. Finally, what is the vidhi as the kriya or the karma to be done? As injuncted or instructed by the Veda. Kim vidatte. So much of knowledge we are seeing in Veda. Finally, what they ask us to do? Kim vidatte. Kya karne ko kehte? Then Kim Achaste, what the Vedas finally talk about, to take the support of, to believe in whose presence, whose infinite power, from where the entire world is made. क्या क्या कह रही है मतलब what is the alambana given by the Veda for a human being who has got his karmendriyas to work? What is the alambana given by the Veda for a human being to involve his mind, which has its own emotions? And what is the alambana given by Veda for a human being who has got intellect for pursuing in terms of knowledge? That is the third one. Kim anodya vikalpayet. What it wants to convey ultimately as the thing to be known, before which it is doing so many of vikalpa and it is dissolving all the vikalpas toward the end. In this way, these three questions, Adache, Achaste, Anudya Vikalpayeta, Kim? Vedaha, Shruti Mataha, the Shabda Brahma. Kim, what is it doing? Na anyaha mad anyaha na veda kaschana idi asyaha hridayam. Nobody else knows. Now, right from beginning, how many ways it is going on guiding us? It is a many lives study. But concludingly, I will tell you, Bhagavan Krishna says, conclusive words of the Shabda Brahma as an answer to the above three questions. Kim vidate, kim achaste, kim anudya vikalpayet. To the answer I am giving you. Final answer. How to reach to that answer? Is the expression in all other Shruti, Purana, Itihasa, and also in the Vedas in various prasangas. So the question one, Kim Vidate? What is the uh, duties that are indicated by the Vedas? Answer is what? Mam Vidate. All your karmas, as said by indicated by Vedas, are only to be oriented towards me. In that, three things are there: to be done as told by me, then to be offered to me, and then to be aimed at reaching me. Is it not? Any karma we do, we keep the karma phala in our mind. And keeping karma phala in mind, we follow the karma process. Then there is somebody who gives the phala to us. That phala we enjoy in every karma. That is how the karma guides all of us. Or we follow the karma. Here also, same three principles, but all of them are Bhagavan only. So, kim karma to be done, whatever indicated by the Lord only. And then, who is the phala pradata? Only Bhagavan. What phala to be aimed at through all the karma? Any phala you aim at, though it is in the beginning said as the in the Vedas itself. In fact, if you seek those karma phala, you keep yourself away from God only. Therefore, be attentive. Even though the karma is not the direct cause of Bhagavan, yet through every karma, Bhagavan only should be aimed as the final phala. How the Bhagavan can be phala through karma? Not directly, but when the karma is done without karma phala apeksha, that person's antakarana becomes Shuddha. That Shuddha Antakarana makes one either to surrender to the Lord and reach Him or discovers the Lord through meditation as His own self. Thus, to help us through Bhakti and Jnana to reach the God, the karma becomes the means. That is the meaning of Mam Vidate. Finally, is this one. Remember, we have choice in this world to do work. But that choice should be exercised according to what Veda says or through Veda what Bhagavan says. In that Vidhyatmaka karma only we have to do. And increase your ability of karma and higher and subtler karma. What extra choice you have is seek the karma phala or offer the karma phala to the Lord. Other than that, we don't have the authority not to do action. We don't have the choice to do the negative action, though it is given, but if you take it, you will only incur the sin and dukkha. Nor by doing the papa karma, we can avoid its phala of dukkha. These are all not our choices. These are wrongly exercised choices. Therefore, the highest, best way of choice with regard to karma is only these three. Do what Lord says. Second, offer all phala to Him. Third, if at all any phala to be given, ask Him only as the phala, though it is not direct, paramparyena. By becoming us, qualifying us through purification, the karma later on helps. That's what Bhagavan said. This yuddha can be a ghora karma if you consider them enemies and kill them. If yuddha becomes a dharma karma, if you fight as a kshatriya and it is your rajya they have taken, it is dharma to take back your rajya by fighting out. But the same yuddha karma can become sadhana when the karma phala apeksha you are not keeping. Bhagavan Krishna told about this yuddha in these three forms as his teaching or guidance to Arjuna. So Arjuna came for the first. Slowly got entered into the second. That I'll do this yuddha because of dharma. Slowly got matured by the end of 18 chapters. That this yuddha bhumi also is a sadhana bhumi for me. The word sarva karma phala. Oh Lord, I am offering it to you and purify my heart. What is the purification of heart? Kartrutva, karma phala, and sukha bhoga or dukkha bhoga of karma phala. All of them are offered to the Lord. None of them are touching us or owned by us. That's called pure antakarana. See, kim vidhatte means mam vidhatte. In the same way, kim achaste, mam achaste or mam abhidatte. Bhagavan, toward the end of it, entire Vedas tell all your emotional personality with all its abilities of emotion should be involved only in Paramatma. In the beginning, all your negative emotions also offer to Him. But you understand these negative emotions are born out of our own misunderstandings. Then remove them. Then bring the positive emotions. And all the emotions, along with that, the emotional mana, along with the owner of mana, me, the bhakta, all of them have to be offered only to Paramatma. That's called Upasana. So for Mam Abhichaste, Kim Vidate, Mam Vidate, Kim Abhichaste, Mam Abhichaste, or Mam Eva Abhidatte. Means I only am propounded ultimately as Supreme Lord, to whom we as jivas owe everything, because we are not there without Him. Therefore, it becomes due that we have to, in due devotion, surrender to Him. Not in anybody's interest, it's in our own interest. So, karma karna, फल उनको अर्पण करना, उनको ही लक्ष्य मानना is माम अभिधत्ते. In the same way, having all emotions of devotion, emotion of surrender, claiming or exclaiming somebody as supreme most, that we have to do only to Paramatma. In between, many people come, rishis, munis, gurus, chote devatas. All of them we worship at different levels with devotion. But all of them ultimately should lead us to the devotion and surrender only to that supreme Paramatma. So, Mam Eva Vidatte. In Vedanta, it is your all Jiva Dharmas you give up and take up the Paramatma Parama Dharma of Aham Brahmasmi or Aham Satchidananda Swaruposmi. That is Vedantic surrender. In the Bhakti surrender, every iota of me, of my deha, of my prana, of my mana, of my buddhi, including my aham. That aham of me also has two aspects. One, the vritti aspect. Second, the chaitanya pratibimba aspect. The vritti aspect of aham also belongs to the Maya Shakti of Paramatma. Then chaitanya pratibimba in the aham vritti also of Bhagavan. Therefore, I, the conscious jiva, also is his own giving. His own what is it, arms you can call as, उनका ही भिक्षा है ये. भगवान नहीं है तो ना हम मृत्यु होगा, न उसमें चिदावास होगा, न जीव होएगा. Knowing this, knowing that we owe everything to the Lord, and undoubtedly every aspect of personality, when we knowingly surrender to Him, that's called as Mam Abhidatte or Mam Abhichaste. And that all should be with full gratefulness for giving us all this, and also with surrender, full, undoubted. श्रद्धा के साथ शरणागति होना है. यहाँ श्रद्धा के जगह संशय लेता है तो शरणागति नहीं हो सकता. ईगो अपने आप को इंडिपेंडेंट अलग मानने ही लगता है, मानता ही रहता है. Such egoistic person can do the natak of surrender, but he doesn't know what is the meaning of practice of experience of surrender. So, Mam Vidatte Mam Avichashta means whether you study Shruti or Smriti or Purana or Itihasa, in the Purana, various Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Devi, Ityadi stories, in the Itihasas, Rama, Krishna's story, kitna bhi badho, kitna bhi suno satsang, kitna bhi shastra badho, the nichod of all of that is Mam Avidatte Mam Avichashte. Has it happened in us? If yes, to what extent it has happened? Have we stopped all personal individual projects of activities aiming at some results? Have we stopped claiming ourselves to something important or special and thus surrendered totally to Bhagavan? Then our maturity is complete, our Shastra Adhyanam is fruitful. It's a long way, but then this is the aim we have to reach it. Sometimes, even though we know the aim, but still you have to cross the distances. Is it not? To reach that aim. Now I understand that every karma that happens to me is aiming at him only as goal, offering to him only, and doing only what he says. This is the point we have to reach to. Other than him, I myself should not have my own plan of doings and gainings. Then that's a jiva bhava. That's separate from the Lord. He falls into the list of papa punya and through that into swarga and naraka. He's a jiva gati. We are here talking about the one who is transcending jiva and samsara, entering to sadhana and reaching to Bhagavan. In the same way, mam abhichaste. Whom do we are surrendering to? Whom we are having the emotions towards to? Do I love myself? Do I love the world? Do I love and surrender with devotion to the one who made this world and me? If I reach to this third point, to him, then Mam Abhichaste or Mam Abhidatte. Abhidatte means मुझे ही final point of surrender के रूप में सारे वेद कहते हैं. And it's not compulsion. Like a father is the head of family, the children should obey to him. It is not a compulsion, it is in your own interest. And that is how it is. Little pain or the dukkha the father will feel if the children don't listen. If they'll go, then loss किसको है? बच्चों को ही है ना. Just like in Vedanta, we can't do anything because it's the truth that we are the Atma. कुछ कर नहीं सकते आप जानो या ना जानो, मानो या मानो, लेकिन हम सब अंदर के सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप है. जानो या ना जानो, मानो या ना मानो, अनुभव करो या ना करो, that is a state of helplessness. It's not in a positive way. In the same way, Lord being the Lord, we being the jivas, every aspect of ours is given by him only. Therefore, it is such an obvious thing for us to surrender only to him. It is not compulsion, it is not obligation, it is not a mere emotion. It is beyond all of that. कोई दूसरा चारा ही नहीं भाई. ध्यान से सुनो इस बात को. And this way, understanding that there's no choice otherwise also, and there's no need of choosing also. And when you surrender to God, what happens is God gives himself to us. Such a huge benefit is there when we surrender. Why not then? This is called Mam Abhichaste. Okay, and to explain more this Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda only, later on the Smriti Puranas Ityadi came. Smriti talks about the Karma Kanda more and more, and then Puranas Ityadi talk about the Upasana Kandas more and more. Itihasa tells about the dharmic way of Jivana. And the Vedanta Granthas, in the Vedas called Upanishads, they talk about the absolute truth. And they are written in the form of the commentaries in the independent text forms by various gurus like Adi Shankara Ityadi to simplify and summarize for our sake. So Vedas finally, what they tell us to do, Kim Vidatte Bhagavan only. What they tell us to surrender to, Mam Abhichaste. Now third one is very interesting. Kim Anudya Vikalpayeto, Mam Vikalpya Apokhyate tu, Mam Vikalpya Mam Eva Apokhyate. Interesting point. Be subtle. The Vedas do me only, they do the Vikalpa on me only. What Vikalpa they do on me? That the Bhagavan and Bhagavan ki Maya Shakti, then he became Ishvara, then the Maya became little subtle, it became the Mahat Tattva, then he became as Hiranyagarbha, then the Mahat became the Virat, the Vishwa, and he became Virat Purusha. In the Vishwa, the sets of Panchakoshas are there, and in each of the Panchakosha, same Paramatma reflects, the reflected Paramatma is a Jiva, along with the identity with the Panchakosha. These are all the Vikalpas. Be attentive. Which we are living now, being analyzed, having analyzed all these things, finally, having said so, that is from Paramatma in Maya Shakti only, all the Upadhis and all the Upadhis and Jivas come. Once we get satisfied in that, slowly, by detaching us from the Prakriti or the Panchakoshas, it does both the things, the Veda. One, the Panchakoshas in the Laya Prakriya merge back in Maya, Maya in Paramatma. While this is happening, the Jiva also slowly dissolves his Jiva Bhava, discovers his oneness with the Paramatma. Therefore, Vikalpa is done on Paramatma only of all this Srushti. Then all of them are dissolved. Only one Paramatma finally is established again by the Veda. That is in the Jnana Kanda. in the Jnana Kanda, that portion. And in that portion, Jnana Kanda, more weightage is given to Ekameva Advayam Paramatma, but he, when he is not known as, he is a, because of that ignorance, which is called otherwise Maya Shakti, that the entire world is Kalpita. Then as the knowledge of Paramatma's one without second nature becomes stronger and stronger, the Kalpanaon ka vikalp ho jata hai. They get dissolved in the higher level of understanding and meditation. When those all kalpanas become vikalpa or dissolved, what remains is the truth, which as it is all the time there as one without second, its nearest definition or nature is Satchit Anandam. So that's what he says. Mam vikalpya apohyate. Me only does a vikalpa on in the form of this jagat, and that vikalpas are removed. That's called apohate. To aham, then what remains is me only. Now, etavan sarva vedartha. See, that's why we have spent some time today because Bhagavan used this sentence. This is the artha of the entire Veda. Mam vidatte, mam abhichaste, mam eva anudya vikalpayet, or mam vikalpya apohyate. Okay, then etavan sarva vedartha. Then what is done? What Veda is doing? Shabda asthaya, using this power of Shabdas, mam bhidam, in me who is never one without second, who is always one without second, never second, on me only bhidam, the Veda kalpana, through the Shabda, the Veda does. Remember again, Veda does the non-existing Veda kalpana through the Shabdas on Paramatma. Having done so, be attentive. For some time, for individuals, slowly all these Bheda and Kalpana is Maya only. In reality, there is no Bheda. With this type of knowledge, with this type of guidance, with this type of shlokas or quotations, with this type of logic, Maya matram pehle karke. See, again I am saying, the Veda with Shabda on the Paramatma who is one without second, it creates a Bheda. Then same Veda bringing the concept of Maya tells that in Paramatma there is no Veda. Wherever you see the Veda, it's only Maya Matra. By saying Maya Matra, it makes us reject the Vedas. When the Vedas are rejected because it is Maya, what remains then? Ante Pratishidhya Prasidati. All the Veda ka prashed karke, that Abheda Paramatma ka reveal karke Prasidati, the Veda relaxes. Like a giant wheel. When you sit in that, it is put on, then upar, niche, upar, goom, okay? Slowly it started slowly, picked up the speed to an optimum level, it moves. Then as it is put up, slowly it reduces speeds and cycles, circles, slowly it comes to a halt. Then you come out of that. ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां उद्देश्य अर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यंत्रारूढ़ानि मायया. In the same way, the Vedas alone are, Veda means not the Upanishad Jnanam, but any Jnanam which is possible in every human being through the Upadhis. सब कुछ ज्ञान ही है. उस ज्ञान में एक परमात्मा को अनेक के रूप में दिखाने का शक्ति है, उसी को माया शक्ति कहते हैं. फिर अनेक पूरा माया है, वैसे तो है एक ही. ऐसे कहकर उस अनेकता को रोककर और छोड़कर फिर एकत्व में प्रवेश करा के प्रसीदः, रिलैक्स. दिस इज व्हाट द वेदास. एतावान सर्व वेदार्थः. सी, भगवान से दिस इज अ वेदार्थ. And while the Vedas have made the Lord appear as many, after making the Lord appear as many only, truth as many, reality as many, then only, in that only, the Upasana Kanda, Karma Kanda come. Is it not? The Karma Phala Data and Upasya Deva is the divided or named and formed Paramatma only through the Shabdas. After the khel is over, slowly all these differences are dissolved by saying so. What is saying? By saying the Maya, etc. Karan hai, having dissolved that, prasidati means Veda also fulfills itself in giving ultimately the knowledge and experience of Ekameva Advaya Paramatma to those who seek. Bhagavan did not give us intermediate all the processes of in what way the world is created. It will come in the next chapter or in other occasions it came. Also, Bhagavan has not told us the Vedanta Jnanam in this context. He said in the past, he may say in the future also, in which through the Vicharana we do the Laya of the Stula and Sukshma, Sukshma in the Karana, and transit the Karana by saying that it is power of Bhagavan but not independent. We transcend it and see the भगवान as it is. वो सारा तो नहीं बता रहे भगवान डिटेल, बट इतना वेदार्थ कह रहे हैं कि वेद में कर्म कांड it talks about me, upasana kanda it talks about me, in the jnana kanda Paramatma only is shown as many, then many is shown as Maya, because Maya the many is there, otherwise Paramatma has never become many. With this knowledge given again and again, Maya and Maya Kruta Dvaita or Anekata or Bheda is made to transcend, is made to be given up. Once you give up, again you will see one without second Bhagavan. There it is prasidati. Now, a lot of things we can talk on these, hundreds of things. I'll not make you heavy, feel heavy or confused also. One word I want to talk about is prasidati. Never ever imagine that Veda is happy by keeping us as a jiva and making us struggle like a donkey and making us beg to the Lord to give the karma phala. Nor Veda is prasida, prasanna, happy by making us only surrender to the Lord and continue to make us as a meek jiva. नहीं है, क्योंकि जब भी आप कर्म करके कर्म फल का इंतजार करते हो एक भिकमंगे तरह खड़े होते हो. So too in the upasana also, at the time of surrender, so humble, so creature we become as if we are nothing. It looks so good when it is put in those good words of flowery language. But actually seen, we are pulled to such a low level in bhakti as if we are nothing. In the karma also, what is this? You have to do what he says, and you will give result with all permutation, combination thinking, and sometimes you may not give result also, and whatever he gives, you have to take it as prasad. One way they are all sadhanas, but other way if you see, why that beggary, why that slavery, why that surrender? This is not the final of Vedas. Vedas are not that way. Prasanna or happy by keeping us always only at the jiva level, by making us do the karma and upasana. In fact, by removing the vikalpa between me and God, that we are not two through the Tattvamasi Mahavakya Adi, that Vachyartha reject karake, from the Lakshyartha Drushti, you are that Ishvara. The Brahma in the Ishvara is the Brahma in you, the Jiva. This Jiva Brahma Ekatva or Atma Brahma Ekatva, in which, unlike in the Karma and Upasana, where I become smaller, smaller, smaller and almost zero, unlike that, in the Brahma Anubhuti, I become bigger, 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 that nothing remains bigger than me. Is it not? I become one with Brahma. Brahma is Brahmanatvat, Brahmatvat. Morning we have seen. Yesterday also we saw in the same text. So the prasannata of the Parama Vedas is only in when it gives us the largeness, the bigness, the infinitude, not keeping us at the finite level of you are only upasaka, you are only karma kandi. Karma candy. No, prasidati. आपको अनंत सद्घन चिद्घन आनंद बनाने के बाद ही वेद शांत सुखी होता है. So Veda is not a funny thing that it continues to make us as only the jiva, as a bhakta, as well as only a karmata. No, you are Brahman, it says. It makes us bigger than the biggest, then only it gets satisfied. Like every father is maximum, he is satisfied only when he gives maximum to his child. In terms of education, in terms of love, in terms of help, in terms of money, whatever a father, maximum, whatever he has, he gives. Then only he is prasanna, trupta. That is called fatherhood or motherhood. That's how. Now, this Shruti Mata also wants to give us maximum like the mother or the father. And what the maximum they can give us? The Brahmanubhuti. They will give, then only it is satisfied. Prasitat is the word I am explaining. Prasidhati means it feels hammaya to this jiva. I give Brahmanubhuti, my job is done. There is nothing beyond that, and I would have not been satisfied if I have given anything lesser than that. That way you can feel. So, mam vidatte, mam abhidatte, mam vikalpa apohyate, tu aham etavan sarvavedartaha. So, shabda asthaya mam vidam maya matra manudya ante pratishidhya prasidati. Everything is Maya, Maya. Having said so, by doing Pratisheda of that, Prasiddha, giving us infinite, Prasidhati, the Veda gets fully satisfied. What is Maya? In a layman's language, in every context, we talk about Maya in different way. Maya is the Paramatma who is infinite, is made as finite or made to appear as finite. That power is called as Maya. The Paramatma, one without second, who is shown as many, many, is called as Maya. Paramatma is unconditional, but who is shown as conditional is called Maya. Paramatma Ananda Swarupa, the one who makes it appear as Dukha, Dukhi, that's called Maya. And what's Maya according to Advaita Vedanta, according to our great grand Guru, our Gaudapadacharya in Mandukya, in his Chaturtha Alata Shanti Prakarana, just our insistence. That I want to be limited. It's only our insistence. That I want the world to be other than me, apart from me. That I and world, both of us, want to be apart from Paramatma. That I want to remain as a Upadhi Yukta Jiva. This insistence is Maya. It is in your own hands. You hold on to that, it goes on influence. You drop it, you transcend it. देखो माया हमको पकड़ता है हम हर बार कहते हैं गलत है वो हम ही उनको पकड़वा लेते हैं अपने आप को पुलिस वाला थोड़ी पकड़ता है हमको पागल है तुमने चोरी करके उनको मौका दिया पकड़ने को अदरवाइज पुलिस वोंट कैच एवरीबॉडी doesn't he doesn't catch we make him catch us by doing our papa or do chori वगैरह in the same way maya never catches my dear we only make the maya catch us. Understood? Never Maya. Because if at this very moment you can drop everything and say that I am Brahma. At this very moment, that full choice is always there. If you are so strong in this choice, all Maya Shakti, all your vasanas, all your things, they can't do anything. They say, okay, करके छोड़ देंगे वो सब हमको. No, right from the first thought, no, it is not possible. No, I am so much ignorant. No, I am only Jiva. No, I am so much of asanas I have got. How can people take lives and thousands of lives? That's what you say morning and evening. How can it be possible in one life? That also this moment to drop everything and become one with Brahma. No, no, this is Maya. You only are saying not possible. फिर होगा कैसे फिर? व्हाट इज ब्रह्मास्मि अनुभव मैं ब्रह्म हूं हो गया उसमें ना कुछ करना है ना कुछ पाना है ना कुछ देना है ना कोई जाना है ना कोई आना है कुछ नहीं है उसमें इन अहम ब्रह्मास्मि अचीवमेंट नथिंग इज टू बी डन मनी नो पेमेंट क्रेडिट कार्ड नहीं चाहिए बैंक में अप्लाई करना नहीं चाहिए किसी की परमिशन चाहिए नहीं चाहिए रिकमेंडेशन चाहिए नहीं चाहिए अरे अहम ब्रह्मास्मि कहने कुछ नहीं चाहिए you have to be man or woman or Indian or non-Indian or PhD or you are the... No, it's you. You are already that. That easy it is. But we say no. That's called Maya. We are only holding the Maya. I am Brahman is you transcended Maya. No, I am a Jiva. You held on to the Maya. थोड़ा सोच लेना. Okay. In this way, this 11th skandha that way is giving in every chapter such a beautiful knowledge. If only we have that power to memorize or retain and continuously dwell only in this subject in theory as well as in practice, then not only would have got the complete enjoyment taste of study and practice, but the result of that also in the form of reaching so near to Paramatma, we would have achieved by now. But as I'm saying every day nowadays, from last 10, 12 days, at least see to it that as a result of study of Shastra, there is something self that alone is to be sought, and I'll dedicate all my efforts only in reaching that self. If this thought becomes stronger, that strong thought, when we read the same Shastras in second and third round, will fetch us more deeper Understandings as well as contemplations as well as meditations as well as experiences. सारे शास्त्र अध्ययन करके मुझे परमात्मा को जानना है, ये इच्छा बढ़ना चाहिए, दृढ़ बनना चाहिए इच्छा, इतना कि इसके अलावा और मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. That ichha when you have, then all the gurus run to us, and each guru, yoga guru does some work, karma guru does some work, bhakti guru does some work in us, and does whatever the patching up or repairing or removal to be done, they do it. Then finally Jnana Guru comes, just you are Tattvamasi. Now you tell me what did I say? You said Aham Brahmasmi. Just like that it will be over. If only we have increased our desire to discover the Lord as a result of continuous study of Shastra. सब शास्त्र पढ़कर मुझे जगत ही चाहिए. If you say that, you have insulted Shastra also. At long you drop all Shastra and you become samsari. Okay? In this way we have done to our best of ability 21st chapter. Sarvam Sri Krishna Chandra Charana Aravinda Arpanam Astu. Now we start chapter 22. In this 22nd chapter, the whole world we see, micro and macro, and it's combination of so many tattvas. Now, which are the tattvas and how many of them are there which have gone into the making of this world? This is a question asked by Uddhava, and he quotes to the Lord that various Mahatmas, I heard various books I studied, or various times in various occasions I heard from you or other gurus that the Tattva Sankhya is not nirdushta, not pakka said as this many. In every place they are said to be this number, another place another number, another place another number. In fact, how many tattvas have become this whole world? There's a question. Now, the answer right now only I'll give, then we study thoroughly. In fact, there are no two tattvas in the world. Only one is there, that is Paramatma. Not even other than Paramatma called as Maya also there. Not even there is somebody other than Paramatma with the Maya called as Ishvara. That is ultimate. But if this ultimate is not caught, then you can start imagining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 19, 20. जितना तुम्हारे दिमाग लगेगा चलेगा. Through various permutation, combinations, logics, you can go on making it infinite. Like one bright light. But you can divide into V, I, B, G, Y, O, R. Once one bright light is made into V, I, B, G, Y, O, R, now the V and I, V and B, V and G, V and I, O and V and R, by mixture of them, how many colors come? Is it not? Now, with the combination of the combined colors, how many shades will come? Can you put an end to them then? You just see in the modern painter shop, हाई उनसे वो आप मेनू कार्ड है वो भी ले लो आप. They will show you 5,000 shades in that. With the paints that are available in us of these 15 colors or 20, 5,000 shades you can bring out. And in that, the books, they give us the detail also कि ये कलर मिलाओ तो ये रंग आएगा आपको. Your eyes will be glittering only seeing all those colors. The lighter ones, the darker ones, the deep darker ones. In one blue color only, there will be infinite shades. By adding to it different colors here and there, little. Just like sky. There's no 2 days the sky is of same color. From the creation beginning till now. So many colors it appeared as. There's no 2 leaves of a tree are always of same shade or color. Microwave, if you see, very short leaf, every time it is different shade. How many you can see? There's no 2 faces are same, even though they are twins. You and I will get confused. The twin, but mother knows iska naak, iska kaan thoda teda hai. She knows it. When 10 pigs are born to one mother pig, you will see all of them look alike, but mother pig knows who is what. They are different, I am saying. See, once we come down from one without second tattva, there's no control. To the imagination of how many things can be projected and imagined, mutual combination, say, it becomes endless. Okay. So this is the main answer Bhagavan gives. But to satisfy the curiosity of Uddhavji, whatever Uddhavji mentioned, the number of tattvas, according to different philosophers, Bhagavan answers ki why these fellows said 9, why they said 8, why those groups said 13, why they said 17, why 24, why 25. How? किन किन को मिलाकर उन्होंने कहा होगा ये. But remember, Bhagavan never rejects anyone. He says all of them are right in their own way. We agree all of them. We don't fight with any of them because we are talking about something beyond all of that. तो हमको ये तत्व के 7 बने, 9 बने, 10 बने, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? हमने तो उसके बियॉन्ड वाला परमात्मा एक तत्व को हमने देख लिया. See, when you are a safe and secured Dasma Manzil, you need not worry what is happening in the street in the form of fighting between people. You are in the biggest level. When I am in my Ekamevadhyam Brahma, in that Dvayam is not at all there. And the people who doesn't know this Advaya Brahma create the Dvaita and go on fighting. If I involve in them, I am denying my own Advaita. That's why in the Mandukya, in the Dvaitatya Prakarana, Bhagavan very clearly said, by the Nyaya, Vaisheshika and Sankhyan, they will fight. मैं दूर से देखता हूं. They mutually cancel. Obviously, when they cancel each other, what remains is me. Without involving at all, I win over because they mutually cancel each other. See, na? What did they say? Some of them, ki from something the creation came. What did others say? From nothing the creation came. And what they do when they are on the tables? From nothing the creation came, fellow says, what something from creation came from something, fellow, is wrong. And this fellow says he is wrong. By both of them, what they are proving? See, creation has to come from something or from nothing. Clear? One says from nothing it can't come. Therefore, this fellow's philosophy is refuted. Other fellow says, how can, when already something is there, that you can say creation coming from that? Therefore, वहाँ से भी creation नहीं होगा. Now, what is the lesson of both of them? There's no creation. That is what is Vedanta says. Wait a minute. There are two possibilities of creation. So something or some nothing. Nothing wale something wale ko, something wale nothing wale ko. With their own logics are refuting. By refuting each other, they are refuting creation. That's what our point. We say, Ekamevadhyam Brahma, Neha Nanasti Kinchana, Ajataha. Unborn is the self, undying, unmodifying, unchanging, is neither cause of anything, nor it is caused by anything. That's the ultimate Vedanta. Okay. So when we see it at that level, the combination permutations which are happening at the level of ignorance, we should not be affected by them. If you are affected by them, means you have slipped from the highest truth. That is why Vidwan Bhavate Nadivadi, Nativadi, Brahmavid Bhavate Nativadi, Ativadan Siti Kshetanaho Manyata Karejitu. Vado Navalambhya Baulyavakashatvat Aniyatvatcha. All the Shastras talk about it. The moment you enter into Vada, means you have accepted Dvaita, so you have fallen to a lower level. From your Advaita. In Advaita, किससे कौन क्या लड़ेगा बात करेगा? To stay in that level. So Krishna Bhagavan, being at that level, accepts everybody's vadas of who is saying what is the number of tattvas which is going in the making of the world. It's only their own facility, their own convenience, their own intellection, their own mouth, their own merging one in many or bringing from many things. ऐसे वो लोग एक दूसरे में कर रहे हैं, इसके अलावा और कुछ नहीं. Let us see the Uddhava's Prashna and what Bhagavan gives answer also little bit. Now Uddhava Uvacha. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuranam Atha Dvavimshodhyayah Uddhava Uvacha. Question. What he says? Kati Tattvani Vishvesha. Hey Vishvesha, the Lord of the entire world. Kati Tattvani. How many tattvas? Samkhyatani are categorized or numbered as by Rushibhihi. Prabho. सो कितने तत्वों के संख्या ऋषियों ने गणना करके रखी है. फाइनली, because every rishi in every of the text has mentioned different number and all of rishis also, and you can't deny because they are rishis But what they say is different meaning is there, different number. Therefore, a question comes, somebody would answer me, so I came to you. Now he is giving the list. Nava ekadasha pancha trini iti atha tam iha shushruma. You said as 28 tattvas. Nava 9, ekadasha 11. दोनों मिलके 20 हो गए. देन पंचा 25 हो गए. 3 3. तो 9 11 5 और 3 मिला के 28 तत्व आपने कहा, हमने सुना in one of the chapters. So I should believe you. I am believing you only. But then, why didn't you argue and refute the other people who have said the different number other than yours? You might have not done it. Explain to me that how they are wrong and how you are right. I want to believe you, but I would have believed you fully if there's no other opinion there is there other than you. But they are there. So you have to answer, at least tell that they are wrong. कम से कम वो तो कहो ना, ताकि मैं आपको बिलीव करता हूँ. यू सेड 28. देन केचित षड्विंशतिम प्राहुः, some say 26, षड्विंशति 26, अपरे पंचविंशतिम, somebody say that 25 tattvas with which the world is made. सप्त एके, कोई कहता है 7 है बस. नव, somebody saying 9. अरे 26 से 9 तक आ गया कोई, इतना फर्क है. देन षट्टु, somebody say shut up, it's only shut, only 6. केचित चत्वारि, कोई कहते 4 ही है बेटा तत्व, कोई कहते एकादश, अपरे somebody say 11. So 11 or 4 or 6 or 9 or 7 or 25 or 26. How many people talking about these tattvas which are making the world as many? Like nowadays also, no? When the scientists, physicists found how many elements were there in the 1890s or 1900s, 1910s. The initial physicists, when they inquired, they found the elements to be 60, 62 only. Slowly it came to 70, 80. Then when we were in childhood studying, we had the number of elements to be 106 or 108. हाइड्रोजन, हीलियम, लिथियम, बेरिलियम, बोरान, कार्बन, क्या क्या बोलते थे. अब दो दे हैव गॉन टू 27, 29, 127, 129, 130 independent tattvas they are talking about. Then when we talked 60, then ये बाकी कहाँ गए होगे? Nowhere they went. They only got combined, and combined things we have said as one. Now they divided and said divided. Now, from the divided things now, which are 120, 130, some more divisions may come and somebody say 150. Okay? So some saying, and some say Saptadashaha, Kechis Saptadasha Prahu, somebody says 17, somebody says Shodasha Eke, Kogaja 16, Trayodashaha, somebody says 13. Almost सब आ गए. 17, 16, 13, 7, 4, 9, then 8, then 25, 26, and you said 28. Then etavattvami sankhyanam. In this way, the numbering of the tattvas, Rushayaha, Rishis, yad vivakshaya gayanti, with what authority, with what logic, with what purpose they spoke about the tattvas to be like this. Pruthak Pruthak. And why so much difference in each one's opinion? Is there biasness? Is there ignorance that they want to be, or is it arrogance that they don't want to accept what others said, therefore they want to propound their own number? Hey Ayushman, idam no vaktum arhasi. I want you to talk this topic to me in detail. ठीक है? Then Sri Bhagavan Vacha means question क्या है, सीधा समझ ना? How many tattvas are making the world? What is Bhagavan's final answer and our final answer? The only Parabrahma tattva is there. There is the world other than him. Therefore, he alone is everywhere. Therefore, Moola tattva एक ही है. Then from it, when you talk about creation happening as if, then from the Maya, any number of tattva you talk, all are right. From each standpoint. So by saying all this, Bhagavan is doing what? He is removing the doubt as well as biasness about all the rishis who spoke different numbers. Finally, what he says, you need not worry about them. You discover one tattva. That should be your goal. Why those rishis spoke at that time? They wanted to draw the attention of students to something higher, and that's what the way they found. Therefore, they spoke in that language. नो फाइनली क्या है? कहा 9 बताए, क्या 8 बताए, क्या 11 बताए? एक ही तत्व 9, 8, 11 के रूप में वो ऐसा देखा गया. देखा गया उन लोगों के द्वारा. Those who have seen like that, Lord will say that. They wanted to say like that. They could not see beyond that. They didn't want to see. They did not accept. So it was comfortable to them. Like people, why don't they come to class? It is comfortable to them at sitting at home, wife or husband bringing snacks, khate khate. Cricket match they want to see. Calcutta playing Delhi. So they are happy. No, you can't fight with them. उनकी मर्जी है. इसी तरह लोग बता रहे. भगवान will conclude है. See भगवान वाचा युक्तम च संति सर्वत्र भाषन्ते ब्राह्मणाः यथा. And what you said is right. That there are so many opinions. And what number of opinions they have also is right. And how did they get that idea of these many tattvas with this and that much and that many? Because Maya Madhyam Udgruhya. Those people who are trapped in my Maya Shakti. Because when you transcend the Maya, you will see one without second tattva. Then all questions will end there. Once you're trapped in the Maya in its own three gunas. Bhagavan says here, Vadatam kimnu durghatam. Once they are held or holding on to Maya, are held by the Maya, there is what is impossible for them to say. By saying so, what Bhagavan says, all of them who are talking about these many tattvas, those many tattvas, all of them are in the Maya. Only those who say that the entire world is one Parabrahma Tattva, they only have transcended Maya. Once they are in the catching of Maya, in the bondage of Maya, caught up by Maya, किम दुर्घटम. अब कौन क्या कहे उसका कोई लक्ष्य थोड़ी है. जो ट्रैफिक रोड पे जा रहा है तो जाएगा सीधा ही अकॉर्डिंग टू रूल. द वन वांट्स टू ब्रेक द रोड रूल्स, इन व्हाट स्पीड ही गोज, इन विथ व्हाट यंगस्टर्स की तरह गाड़ी चलाएगा. नो, यू कांट कंट्रोल इट ऑलवर्ड्स आफ्टरवर्ड. मतलब दिमाग फिर गया उसका. I am a traveler on the road. I should respect the traffic rules. If he has not got that one, he will be on the main road only. He will follow the traffic rules. He will follow even the lane system. The one उसका जो दिमाग टेढ़ा हो गया, means caught up in his own mind's Maya, then he will overtake from left side also. He will conk the horn from behind. He will not stop at the cross or red level or zebra crossing. He will not stop. He will do anything then. उसको कौन रोक नहीं सकता. क्या संभव नहीं है उसको, अब बताओ. स्पीड लिमिट से विल क्रॉस. इज इट नॉट. अब थोड़ा आजकल है सब सेंसर्स है, नोट करते हैं घर में, आ जाता है आपके लिए पनिशमेंट या बिल. इसलिए लोगों को थोड़ा दिमाग आ रहा है. बट फिर गया वाला दिमाग का, कहीं भी करेगा, कुछ भी करेगा वो. नौ भगवान से नहीं तदेवम यथा तत्वम यदहम वच्मि तत्तथा एवं विवताम एतुम शक्तियो में दुरत्याः. So what you said is in one way right, but in the other way is wrong. न हाँ, नैतदेतं यथा तत्वम यदहम वच्मि तत्तथा एवं विवताम हेतुम शक्तियो में दुरत्याः. It is Maya Shakti and its product of three gunas. When they enter into the system of those thinkers and they corrupt them with infection, such people argue like this. What is the argument? Na etadevam yathatvam. तुमने जो कहा वो करेक्ट नहीं है. यदि हम वच्मि तथा, मैं जो कह रहा हूं वही करेक्ट है. In this way, when they start arguing, then they bring out so many tattva. And many a time is only challenging others, fighting with others, opposing others, proving one's own supremacy, proving others to lesser than other. This is how mostly on the basis of competition, ego and fighting only they speak like that. And all of that is because my Maya Shakti. In the Maya Trigunas. अब जिसका गुण जो है ज्यादा उसके अनुसार वैसे वो कैलकुलेट करते हैं. And Bhagavan continues saying, when one through the sadhana dissolves the man and indriyas by shama and dhamma, they reach me. When they reach me, all their arguments, discussions just to become quieted. When they reach me, other than me, there is nothing. So first, this basic important answer Bhagavan gives. For Uddhava, for stopping Uddhava to ask this question, anybody further. अभी किसको पूछना मत आप. अब अपने मन को शांत करो शम से, इंद्रियों को शांत करो दम से, शम दम युक्त अंतःकरण से मुझे पाओ, मुझे देखो, तो सिर्फ मैं ही दिखता हूं हर जगह. देन इन सब के आर्गुमेंट्स लॉजिकल, मतलब डिस्कस करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Yet, because you asked to satisfy you, I'll give you answer. Bhagavan will give answer in these 15-20 shlokas. So, then he asks about Prakriti Purusha mutual sambandha, which is supreme. Because Purusha cannot be seen without expressing through Prakriti. Prakriti cannot be active without Purusha in that. So they are Anyonya Ashraya, which is supreme. This is a beautiful question, sublime question. Uddhavji asks, Bhagavan will explain. Oh, all that one. बहुत subtle topic है, subject है. ये सारा PhD level के है. Enable, not able to understand these sublime truths, people say the Purana itihasas are very heavy, very tough, not wanted. उनको दिमाग नहीं इसमें लड़ाने का. Therefore, afraid of this highest knowledge of the rishis, sometimes even out of jealousy also, they don't touch them. And they say, what's there in Purana? Remember, any Purana Itihasas, Shruti Smritis are revelations or writings of highly evolved saints in their intellects. And with that highest level evolved intellects only, they write. What they write? Absolutely correct only they write. झूठ मूठ नहीं करते. इसलिए इनके राइटिंग्स को समझने के लिए हमको उतना लेवल में पहुंचना. Not reaching all that level, we say, what is this, what is that? It's all illogical. Now, dekho, all those are not possible. They are bending their head there when the science is discovering all these impossibilities. How can one sitting here know what's happening in that place? आप देखो लाइव वीडियो, लाइव सैटेलाइट. अब देखो बताओ, साइंस ने किया तो फिर वेद मंत्रों से या योग शक्ति से क्यों नहीं होता हो? Do you know that all of us are under supervision of satellite? There's no privacy left in the world now. I am sitting here like this and talking to you is already known to the entire world. No privacy there. Satellites have discovered all that. Everywhere scan work सब पता है. Don't you see any crimes happen? They just through the tapping of phones and all. हमको लगता है कि सब खत्म हो गया. No, stored है वो. इवन 2 साल पहले के अब खींच के सब बताते. दैट वाज साइंस डेवलप्ड. दिस ऑल यंत्र शक्ति और योग शक्ति मंत्र शक्ति से और भी पॉसिबल है. एनीवे, दिस टॉपिक विल कंटिन्यू टुमारो. टुडे विल रामनवमी है. भय प्रकट कृपाला वी चैंट एंड ऑल्सो द राम पट्टाभिषेक वाला 131 सर्ग. देन वी कंटिन्यू आवर क्लास टुडे. In the afternoon class, we chanted the Valmiki Ramayana Rama Janma Ghatta of 18th Sarga of Balakanda. We also chanted Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana. We also chanted Amadama Vartaram Dataram. We also did our Ashtotra Shatanama Puja and Arati. So they were all happening between 11:50 to 12:15. That was the time of Rama Janma. But the evening class people also have to have something. Therefore, we chant the Prakata Kupala Padenge. एंड देन पट्टाभिषेक. ठीक है, अब ये इसको खत्म करेंगे. हाँ, ओम सर्वं श्रीराम श्रीकृष्ण चंद्र चरणारविंदार्पणमस्तु. पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. सुनो, whether we understand or not all this, but in the effort of understanding them, two things happen. One, the intellect starts becoming sharper. More than that, we are not caught up in the emotions of mind, the temptations of the senses. Is it not? And if with our sincerity and subtlety, you understand the subject matter, we are evolving into next zone of our life only. Next level of subtlety, where the problems of garas are no more there. They were in any day, by any means, in any way, study of Shastra, trying to understand Shastra is only helpful and protective to us. कभी नहीं छोड़ना शास्त्र को. If you want one single sentence guidance or advice or suggestion from me, even though I may not deserve all that, but still only one thing: don't leave Shastra. Bas, और कुछ नहीं. But Shastra you can't study independently, therefore don't leave your Sadguru and Satsanga. And go to Sadguru only in Satsanga. In the Satsanga from Sadguru, only listen to Shastra. This much you do, the rest itself takes care everything. Okay? Come back in 2 minutes.